Hi there. On the Delatronics bench this morning, we have the Akai 4000DS, which is visiting me again. I recently serviced this one, but I forgot to check the recording facility, and it's not recording very well on the left channel. So the right channel's recording fine, the left channel's not. So normally when you have a recording issue there, it could be a head alignment problem, but I know that I aligned the heads, so it's not to do with the head alignment. And I did all the full service, so it's nothing to do with the heads or soiling on the heads. Sometimes you can have some oxide on the heads, which is making one side a bit muffled or not responding properly, but this is more than that. So the two main reasons why you would have something down on the recording on one side is either in the record circuit or the playback circuit. The record circuit, obviously you've got a PCB. The record circuit's on this board here, which is, you need to remove that shield to get to it. But also what you've got to remember is the bias. If the bias isn't correct on one channel, then the signal won't be imprinted onto the tape properly, because what happens is the bias level is important for agitating the particles in the tape, and then you can actually record onto the tape. So usually problems with distortion or low level can be to do with the bias is not correct. But in this case, it isn't that. I've already checked that. The bias controls are actually underneath on the other side to this board. They're there, and if you tip the unit upside down, you can see both the bias pots. So it's nothing to do with the bias. I've already checked that out. So what is it to do with then? Well, these pots on the front here are the level controls for record and playback. I've tried adjusting them, thinking that they could have gone out, but the left channel does not adjust up very well. So it's more than that. It's more than just a level control thing. So I will reveal to you now that a very, very common problem on these, obviously the caps need checking as well, but it's not usually the caps that go on these. What it is that goes on these is this IC here. This is an LD3141, and it's an amplifier IC. Inside there's a couple of transistors and resistors and capacitors. So this is the IC that goes, and there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all the same. And so there's a couple on the recording amp section and a couple on the playback amp section. So normally it's these that go. In the past, you couldn't get these chips. They discontinued them and you couldn't get them. They're very hard to find. And I actually found some in, I think it was Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil. And I ordered his entire stock. He had 32 of them in his stock. I said, I'll have the lot. So I bought the lot up from him. But in the course of my repairing in between 2015 and 2020, I used most of them up, and I sold the rest that I didn't use up because I moved on from Akai's to Revoxes and Ferrographs. So I didn't really feel the need to use them, and because people were crying out for them, I thought I would just sell them on eBay, get my money back. You know, I didn't want this stock sort of hanging around, so I sold them all. And I don't have any more. So, but I found out recently that you can actually get these on eBay again. The original ones, they're going for about 25 UK pounds, and you can get them. They're still being sold. So they obviously found some somewhere. There's also a chap on eBay that's actually replicated the circuit with it's a couple of transistors and capacitors and resistors on a little PCB with legs sticking out, and they are £14 something. So that's what I've done. I've actually bought one of these kits that you make up, and I'll sort of be able to understand a bit more what I need to do to make a kit up in the future myself. It's just a little PCB with legs sticking out. So I've got one of them on order now, and I'm going to determine which one has gone. It's in the playback circuit, the tape playback circuit. So I believe it's one of these two here on the left channel. I need to check that out, but it's going to be one of these ICs that has gone. Without doubt, it's going to be one of them. If it isn't one of them, I'll let you know. Obviously, capacitors can cause problems as well in the signal path, but these capacitors are pretty good. I think they're Nippon Chemical capacitors, which have got, yeah, they are. Look, let's see if I can focus on that. See, Nippon Chemicon. They are fantastic capacitors with. They have like a 9,000 hour lifespan, so they really go to such an extent that they will stop the signal from getting through. So yeah, I'm pretty certain it's one of these that's gone. So I'll either do another video with it fixed, or I'll put something in the comments to verify what IC it was I replaced. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting and informative and useful. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the people that have subscribed to my channel. I am monetizing now, actually. I've got £16. So there we are. It's better than nothing, isn't it? So thank you very much for my subscribers. And if you want to make a comment in the bottom. If there's a video you would like to see, maybe there's a piece of equipment that I can buy, audio equipment that I can strip down and service, I will do that. Very shortly, I've got videos on, I've got another CD player that I've bought, which is a Mission PCM 4000. I've also bought a good DAT. It's a Fostex D15 DAT. So I bought that for parts not working, and I'm going to be trying to fix it. So there's much more videos to come. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next one.